Well, hello and welcome to Fall 2025. Hi, everybody. I'm Russ Snyder, voice of the Tiffin University Dragons. And we're going to take a look at our Tiffin University women's soccer program. To my left, head coach Michael Cracas. Coach, kids been working hard, I'm sure. Season's right around the corner. It's almost go time.
Really, we're ramping up for the season. We have our last scrimmage on Saturday, so we're excited.
Well, you're not that far away from the regular. Next week you really get going, right?
Yeah.
For the games. So let's talk a little bit about the schedule here in a moment. But first, let's talk a little bit about your kids. A very young roster. About 2/3 of your kids, freshman, sophomore. A lot of inexperience there, but I got a feeling a lot of those kids got some experience last year as well. So
yeah, we had at one point last year we were starting 7 freshmen, which we kind of knew when we took over the program that last year was going to be kind of a younger year for us. But through the course of the fall and even through our spring season, they gained a lot of experience, and that was one thing I remarked to our coaching staff at the end of spring last year was it's really the first time in our time here that the main group that we had in the spring is going to be with us in the fall.
That's huge.
And it is, and when you have that, we did a lot of, honestly, like just from the standpoint of on the field bonding, and getting used to how we play. I mean, the spring was a tremendous success, and honestly, even through this portion of preseason so far, we've seen a lot of great improvement from the spring, and it's just, we're excited for the season.
It's in this day and age of the portal and things, to be able to bring back a core from the spring right back into the fall, it's got to make that transition a little easier for you. And you don't have a lot of upperclassmen, but I bet sometimes you're leaning on some of those upperclassmen to kind of help out and bridge the gap between these younger kids.
It is, and I think the one thing is that this year is really our first year where we got to see our first class that we recruited that now they're seniors. And so we've been able to see them as freshmen, and now we're seniors. We're seeing a lot of great experience, or a lot of great experienced leaders with our senior class, but then also our junior class too. We've greatly seen a lot of them step up into leadership roles in the program.
Well, I bet they were ready for that. Your kids look forward to that. And that's so cool to have your first recruiting class working their way through to their senior year, because you got to see these kids as 17, 18-year-old kids now into adults, and it's kind of cool to see that transformation, not only on the soccer field, but as students and just as adults.
It is. It's, I mean, again, you think back to when you had that first conversation with that player, and now see them and they're getting ready for that next step, that next journey in life. It is. It's kind of, I always say it's kind of like, as a parent, you kind of see your kids grow, and just the pride that you have.
It's bittersweet in a sense, isn't it? It really is.
It is.
It really is. It also shows you how quickly time really does go, doesn't it?
Way too fast. Way too fast.
Let's take a look at what the Dragons have coming up. They'll get everything going on September 4th at Pittsburgh Johnstown, and then on the 6th at Davis Elkins. Before you get a chance to come home, you guys will be our first broadcast with our new Flow Sports agreement with Flow Sports College, with Rollins coming to town on the 11th. How excited are your kids not only to get the season started, but to get back home and play on a pretty new facility?
I mean, I will say, I have to, first off, I've got to thank our athletic director, Kelly Daniel, our president, just for, getting that new facility. It has been a night and day from a aspect of training to just how the kids, when they saw it, just the excitement that they had. It's amazing. And to be able to come back and be that first regular season game, it's tremendous.
If you're not familiar, check out the facilities page at GoTippinDragons.com and look at the new Paradiso Athletic Complex, the soccer field. New turf field down is absolutely gorgeous. The drone flyovers make it look just beautiful. So it's got to be so exciting for kids. Kids like new shiny things.
They do, and it is shiny.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Well, the Dragons then will get into their GMAC schedule when they go on the road against Ashland on the 18th. Talk a little bit about the conference, what you expect out of the conference this year.
The one thing about the conference, I say this all the time, it's probably top 2, top 3 conference in the country. So which means that, top to bottom, you're playing, some really good competition.
Bring it every day.
Every day. And for us to be able to open up against Ashland, who was picked to win the conference this year, our girls are ready. And I've kind of tried to tame them down and say, hey, listen, we've got 3 games before we play Ashland. And really our job is to really focus on today, and just focus on now. And once we hit the week of Ashland, we'll focus on Ashland.
It's kind of nice that your first game on the new facility, because that's going to create a lot of excitement besides your opponent, is a non-con. And then maybe you get to play Ashland, go on the road.
Yep.
Sometimes going on the road is when you build the most with your team and community and stuff. So it'd be fun to see how you guys fare up in that game.
100%. And that's the one thing, I know that Coach Polino's going to have that group ready to go. I think the biggest thing for us is we're focused on, getting better every single day, learning from our mistakes, and really going out and competing every day.
Right. So that's what it is, competing every day. Now, that was an adjective you used. You just led me into my final question with you. Give me some adjectives to describe when the fans are not only at Paradiso watching the games, but also if they're at home watching the games on the streams, what they're going to see from your kids.
I think one thing you're going to see, and you're going to see a hardworking, intense team that's going to fight from the opening whistle to the last whistle. And I think a lot of that is just our youth. We've brought in individuals that are going to compete, that are not satisfied. And I think you're going to see that day in and day out. I think that, we've already seen that in practices so far.
Right. Well, let's not stop yet. Let's talk a little bit about on the field. Goalkeepers. Talk a little about your keepers. Got to keep the ball in the net.
I think we've got, I actually trained them the other day, and I said this is an exciting goalkeeping room. We've got 4 goalkeepers right now with our varsity program. They're led by Sam McPhee, who's a junior, who last year made a tough decision and said, hey, listen, I think I can help the team on the field. Made that transition to playing on the field. Actually scored a goal last year.
Right.
But she's come in. She even in the spring last year, really made that transition back and came in and really has taken the reins by. And
that's
so,
what you want. You want that person coming back and grabbing a hold of that. Yes.
Correct. And she has not let go.
Awesome.
Then you have, we have Ava, who's a freshman. We have Aubrey Lee, who's a sophomore, and Megan Fellows, who's a senior. All 4 of them are very good quality goalkeepers that we've got all the confidence in the world in them. We're excited about that group.
Depth's nice to have.
100%.
In front of the keepers, you got your defense. Talk a little bit about your defense.
So the one thing about our defense, it's a line that is coming back from the spring. So they had all spring to work together.
That's nice.
A group that really saw a lot of growth in the spring, and we're really excited for that group. They're led by Michaela Bevelander, who's a sophomore who will start as a center back. Mariana Dorsch, who's going to be starting as a right back. Mackenzie Borden, who's going to start out on the left. And
some names I'm familiar with from the last couple of years.
And that's the thing. I mean, you look at it, you've got 2 juniors, a sophomore. Megan Schraumberger is going to be starting at our other center back, who last year saw a lot of time on our development team, but over the course of the spring really upped her game.
Awesome.
So again, I think they are young, but they've got experience playing together. So we're really excited about that.
All right, how about the kids trying to put the ball in the net?
I mean, honestly, we're really excited about, our midfielders and forwards. We've got a group that is hardworking, they're fast, they're tenacious, they understand the physicality of it. I think you're led out by sophomore Kelly Schoen, who even last year I think had to put a couple balls in the back of the net, but really saw that growth in that spring season. And that's not uncommon for freshmen going into that spring. But yeah, she's kind of leading the way. And then we have Madison Molidor, who's a junior, and Tia Nagel, who is in her second year here at Tiffin, that are going to kind of be those 3 that we're going to look for really a lot up top. But we're really excited. Amanda Fury is coming back in the midfield off of a knee injury, who we missed last year.
Right, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Amanda, an individual who has that kind of ability, we're excited to get her back on the field. And then you have Susie Hayes, who, I mean, honestly, Susie has led us the last couple of years in goals. I hope she's not leading us in goals this year, but Susie is someone we're looking forward to. And then out senior Autumn Schweitzer, who, I mean, I've known Autumn since her junior year in high school. I'm really excited for her. Her development has been tremendous, and we're really looking for her to put the ball in the net, which she's been doing through preseason.
A lot of depth across the board. We started talking about the depth of the goaltender. It sounds like you got depth on the defense and the kids trying to score the goals as well. How about your coaching staff? We'll finish up your coaching staff. Anybody new?
Yes, we have Elizabeth Pachek. We're really excited to have her. She brings a lot of experience. She played at St. Bonaventure for 4 years. Comes from a coaching family. And really we've kind of changed up some things this year with our coaching, how we're handling things, but we're really excited to have her in. And then returning is Chloe Bailey and Brad Urick. I love our coaching staff. I think we've got, one of the more experienced coaching staffs that when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, they only have a couple of years together, but we work very well together, and I think that I can't do anything without our staff.
Absolutely, yep. A good coach has a great staff.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
If you'd like more information on Tiffin University women's soccer, the best place to get it is at gotiffindragons.com, or just come on out to the Paradiso Athletic Complex and watch Coach Cracas' kids get it going on the brand new turf field out there. It's a beautiful facility. Make sure you stop out and check it out. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Give your kids and your coaches the best. I can't wait to look forward to seeing you guys out on the pitch.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, he's Michael Cracas. I'm Russell Snyder, and this has been our look at Tiffin University women's soccer.